Hello everyone and welcome to Ibrox Stadium. It's not the Mitchell brothers, it's not Right Said Fred, it is Stevie and my very good friend, co-host, legend of four lads, all those sort of things. Is that a good enough welcome, Kenny?
Thanks, mate. Really liked that. That was excellent.
We are, of course, here at Ibrox Stadium. It is Rangers versus Club Brugges, Sunday the 6th of July. It's the first chance to see Russell Martin in the flesh and what we're expected. It is, I think it's fair to say it's a bit of a mishmash of a team, but we'll all go through it anyway. It's Liam Kelly in goals, Max Aarons, Robin Propper, Oscar Cortez, Connor Barron, who captains the side, Kieran Dowell, Jeff Day, Leon King, Nico Raskin, Finlay Curtis and Danilo. On the bench, Kenny, Jack Butland, Mason Bunn, James Tavernier, Mohamed Diomande, Nadeem Bayrami, Ridvan Yilmaz, Emmanuel Fernandez, Ross McCausland, Bailey Rice, Josh Gentles and Alexander Hutton. From the lineup, we would probably expect Max Aarons at right, Jeff Day at left, with King and Propper in the middle, along with, you would think, Dowell, Raskin and Barron in the middle, and then your front three would be Finlay Curtis, who I'm quite keen to see, Danilo and Oscar Cortez, who again I'm quite keen to see. If we're thinking of 4-3-3, and that we don't know because we've not seen Martin, but what do you make of it?
I think it's just one of those things when you look at the substitutes as well, it looks as if it's going to be two different sides basically for each half, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Apart from that, everybody's going to get a run out, and I'm quite excited to see the new players anyway, so I'm looking forward to that. Yeah, I think it's one of those first game back kind of situations where you're looking at it and saying, right, well, let's see how we go. No Joe Rothwell there, is there?
No, he's not fit yet. So that's not an injury
Fair
thing.
enough.
He's just not fit yet. Max Aarons is a one that probably stands out from the start. He's a new one. And then on the bench, you've also got Emmanuel Fernandez. We haven't seen Tello Asgard as yet, but he only kind of trained first team yesterday, so that he's not in the squad. But I'm sure we'll get to see them introduced at half time, I would imagine. But I am looking forward to seeing Oscar Cortez for Rangers. There's been a lot of hype about him flying and training, and also Danilo, who'll probably just be delighted to be playing football and not training.
Yeah, and they both apparently seem to be loving it, don't they? Really impressed with the new manager. So that's interesting to see how those two kind of kick on, because when Barry was here, they never really got much of a sniff at all, did they? And
Pretty much slated them, didn't he? Let's be honest.
he did. I mean, he annihilated them at times, and both of them seem much happier. And let's see how they go, because the opportunity's there for them. I mean, it really is. So I'm more interested to see what Russell does with just wee patterns of play and stuff like that, Stevie. That's more what I'm interested to see, how we shape up, what we're going to do, and hopefully we see it, all these players kind of grasp what you've been trying to bring to them over the last couple of weeks. That's what I would be looking at.
Yeah, it's progression. That's what we want to see. Let's go through this Club Brugges team, and in time, honour tradition of Stevie butchering players' names. Let's go for this. It is Simon Mignolet. That was nice and easy. We know him. Ludovic Rees, Christoph Zulis, Hugo Vertliesen, Romeo Vermant, Hans Vernaken, Michael Skoras, Brandon Michele, Jorne Spiliers, Kirani Seba, and Joaquin Says. What do you think?
Joaquin says what though?
That's not how you pronounce my name.
Probably.
Substitutes is even better. Norden Jackers, Axel Decote, Zayed Romero, Cici Sandra, Gustav Nielsen, Vince Osuji, Amini El Tabi. This is getting difficult. Jesse Bissau, Samuel Gomez Van Hugen, Chandre Campbell. Oh, I like that. Keye Furo. Referee is Don Robertson.
I know.
Graham Stewart and Chris Ray are the assistants. Kenny, don't know much about Club Brugge. I've heard of Hugo Verdlesen as a very good player. We don't know where they really are. Brandon McKelly, I'm pretty sure, is a centre back. I'm sure I've seen him on Football Manager and popped him in the Rangers squad, I think. So, look, it's all about us. Interesting to see Leon King, Robin Propper at the back. We don't really think that they're going to be about for much longer. Interesting, there's no Ben Davies, because he's trained all week and he's not there. Kieran Dowell does play, which is a kind of an indication. It was interesting yesterday in Rangers Review. Joshua said that he expects people to go out this week, and then all of a sudden Ben Davies isn't playing. So 2 and 2 together makes 28. Hamza Diomande is not in the country yet, and Cifuentes hasn't trained yet. So we'll find out, and we'll get a chance to speak to Russell Martin after this. Kenny and I are off to the gantry to enjoy this. We're actually looking forward to it. Kenny, it's been a wee while. I don't think we've actually done this on match day, because you did this with young Andrew, didn't you?
Yeah, I did. No,
so
we haven't done this together
first
yet.
time the boys together. What predictions?
Thoroughly enjoying it, and predictions. I genuinely don't know, Stevie.
It's difficult, isn't it?
It's one of them that we'll see where we're at, because usually when a new manager comes in, it will take a bit of time. So I don't expect them to hit the ground running. I expect there'll be a few mistakes, plenty of substitutions, as I say. But as I say, for me, it's more about patterns of play, and if he's not 3-0 up by half an hour, then get him out.
Half an hour? I was going for 15 minutes. We're off to the gantry. See all the updates soon. 10 minutes gone at Ibrox. Brugges lead by 1-0, and it all came from Robin Proper coming out from the back. He has easy passes to Diomande and Curtis on the left. He tries to play it into Danilo. From that moment, Brugges come clear. Raskin tries to foul in the midfield, but he doesn't do it enough, Kenny. He should just take the foul. It's a friendly game, just take the foul. He doesn't. It then comes down to our right, cut back, and the boy has 2 attempts to place past Kelly, which he does. Kelly made a good save at first, but as soon as Proper moves out, the gap appears.
Yeah, it all stems from Robin Proper. They actually are moving the ball quite well, and the pass isn't on to Danilo, but he tries it anyway, and they hit us on the break. You're right about Nico Raskin. If you're going to try and foul somebody, make sure you stop the play right there and then. Didn't do that. Not the greatest of goals to lose, to be honest, purely because we were 35 yards, 40 yards for their goal, and they've just ran up the park and scored. But it's been a decent enough 10 minutes from us. The press is really noticeable. A decent cross in there again from Oscar Cortes. That's the second one. And we've started okay. That was the first real opportunity for either side, isn't it? So disappointing goal to lose, but it's what pre-season for, Stevie.
It is. Hopefully they'll learn a lesson from that. You take the foul when you should take the foul. I think that's quite clear. But what we've noticed so far is passing's been a lot quicker. The press is high. Rangers are situated at the halfway line, and there's been a few kind of noticeable differences on the eye that the tactical guys will take a look at later, that's for sure. But Cortes probably looked the brightest attacking threat. It's Brugges going again here, 2v2 at the back. He's played him in, and that's lucky, because see if he takes that in his stride, he's away in. Yeah, if he
gets that in his stride, he's through. He's through on goal again. A wee bit slack again in that move, so a wee bit concerning. But as I say, first 15 minutes of the game, and they're through again. Cross coming in, well defended.
Oh my, it's 2-0.
Oh
my, it was headed out by Leon King and volleyed right into the top corner. Brugges lead by 2-0 after 12 minutes, 2 and 2 minutes. Again, we're split. It comes down that right-hand side, cut back. King heads it out, and it's volleyed in the top corner, Kenny.
Nothing you can do with that.
2-0.
On the volley. Well, again, it's just slack, and they're a good side, clearly, Brugges, but that is a wonder finish. You know, you can hit that 20 times, and it's going to hit top bin like that once, so.
Listen, it's never going to be easy. Russell Martin knows what he's up against. Rangers are 2-0 down after 13 minutes. 23 gone at Ibrox. Brugges lead 2-0, we know that. Just that double sucker punch in the 2 minutes. They've controlled quite a bit of this game. Rangers slightly moving it about, Kenny, but none of this is new, because there's very little threat, not only from midfield but especially up front. We know that already, and this is a training game and a training session. There will be changes. They've already addressed it with Rothwell and Asgard, who will provide that threat, but it's very obvious.
Yeah, since that first goal they've kind of started to take over and dominate the game, that's for sure. Very little in mid to front for us. No real commitment there either, as Brugges are through again. But
that's become your favourite kind of saying so far, isn't it?
I think it is. But listen, we started the first 10 minutes quite well. The last 15 minutes they've really begun to dominate this. They're a well-oiled machine, well drilled, clear as day. They know what they're doing. And look, our team's not going to look much like this 11 that's on the pitch just now.
I would certainly hope not.
Come the Panathinaikos game, but it is clear that there's a little bit of a lack of quality, middle to front there.
It's a conviction. We've seen that from Cortez a minute ago. So Cortez was kind of one-on-one a run down the left, and I wanted him to go, and I was saying to Kenny, go and commit, go and have a right good go. And look, see if he balloons it over or takes it on, then I don't care. But he's waiting, committed, he's shown that hunger. He hit it off the first guy.
Yeah, he should have cut inside, he should have driven at the boy, cut inside and had a dig from there. Give himself a yard to do that, but he didn't, he just hit it right off the boy. And yeah, you're right, not a lot else you can say apart from they're competing, but
some of the moves like that, they've got themselves into tight areas and got them out of it really well. Crowd just a wee bit upset. Barron's going forward and Cortez has hung back a wee bit. Poor ball. Danilo's good flick to Kieran Dowell. What's Dowell going to do? He chips it wide. That's not going to work for Finlay Curtis. It's too hard and just, what was he trying to do there? But Curtis has managed to find Raskin. Some of it is, you can see.
Trying to do, yeah, but it's not really working at this minute in time.
They're in no hope. Cut back shot. Oh, good save. It was Raskin. Cut back, Raskin shot. First real move of intent for Rangers after 25 minutes. When they move the ball about quickly, you can see it. There's going to need to be more quality. We know that already. But it is 2-0, and maybe Rangers are just starting to come into it a wee bit. We'll be back soon. Just coming up for half time, it remains 2-0 to Brugges. Aside of that Raskin shot, Rangers have got into positions a couple of times, Kenny, but that word, conviction, we don't have it. The lack of quality in the final third, nothing really happening when it comes to Danilo. I don't think he's barely had the touch. The player probably the most touches has been Robin Proper, and half the time you're wondering what's happening with it. But conviction, that's a word. And we know it's not. We know, by the way, is look, Bruges are in here if he slides it through. Aarons has done well there, but that's a see the amount of times they've nearly breached us is a lot.
Loads. I mean, ever since he scored the first goal, it's been far too easy for them to get through, particularly out in the wings. They're causing our defence all sorts of bother. A lot of the problem is Robin Proper having a huge amount of the ball and giving it away and causing us all sorts of problems ourselves. They've hit the post as well, where they've been lucky it's not 3 or 4. Apart from that, there's not been huge amounts to be overly positive about in terms of what we have done. We've had some nice moves, nice patterns of play to see, and as you say, but
there was another one across the face of goal there.
Somebody's there for a tap in, and it's 3-0. But they're very apprehensive middle to front. That's what I would say, as you say, a lack of conviction maybe. But they look apprehensive and not quite sure, and there they are again. They've conceded a needless corner.
Overplaying, we were told that this would happen. Pass at times, and we're going to get used to it as fans. We're going to need to accept they're going to try and play their way out of difficult situations. When it's nice, when it works, it looks good. When it's like that and they're playing it too tightly, we've seen Oscar Cortez trying to dribble out the box. You can't do that. It needs to be done at times. These were the things we were worried about, overplaying. And Bruges again have more opportunities, which
they're a good side.
They are a well-oiled side, and look, I mean, they're in again. Ball across the face of goal. It's played out and back in again. Max Aarons trying to clear it, but and they've got a chance. They've got a chance to play it in again, but
they just know what they're doing, and our players are clearly still trying to learn this system. And
there's
a lack of quality here, isn't there?
Aye. Look at how they're running off us every single time. They're in again here, and it cuts it back. The shot, Kelly does get down to save it. It's far too easy. It's going to be half time, by the way. It is half time. It's 2-0 to Bruges. A bit of a lesson for Rangers. Moves round the stadium. I don't think. I don't think it's fair. Listen, this is a team that's last year with Max Aarons. We know where it is. We know the ability of the players. This needs a lot of work, and it's not going to be fixed by 45 minutes. We described the team as a mismatch. It's exactly what it is.
Mark now. Being serious though, you can see what he's trying to do in certain times, but this isn't the team you're going to the start of the season with quite clearly, and there is a lack of quality. It'd be interesting to see what happens second half now in regard to how many substitutions he makes for the start of the second half.
Yeah.
That was pretty poor.
Yeah, conviction. Rangers lacked it in spades. It's 2-0 to Bruges, half time. So the second half has started. Rangers with a number of changes. Jack Bilton's in goals for the second half. James Tavernier has replaced Robin Proper. Anything to say on that?
Good.
Thank in midfield, it's a completely new midfield three. Diomande, Rice and Bayrami are on to replace Raskin, Dowell and I can't even remember who the other one was. Raskin, Dowell and
Barron.
Connor Barron. Sorry, that's how kind of bad the first half was. Curtis, Danilo and Oscar Cortez remain up front. So we've had 5 or 6 changes there. 5 changes, I think, in total. But we'll look to see an improvement in the second half, Kenny, and I'd like to see a wee bit of encouragement, certainly. But the boos at half time, which I think are unnecessary in a friendly, to be honest, but they'll certainly tell the manager, Russell Martin, that there's not much patience left for those people that he's trying to maybe give minutes to, and I think he'll know that anyway, but it's certainly reconfirmed to him.
Yeah, well, absolutely. But I mean, it was poor the first half. There's no getting away from it. And however, he did say over the course of the weekend there in his interview that he expected the players to be really tired. They've done a huge amount of work, but again, that's a terrible piece of football. I mean, it's really slack giving the ball away like that again.
We're going to have to learn to play. We're going to have to learn to play in those areas.
Well, absolutely, because giving the ball away there is just so dangerous. You know that, particularly against a decent side. But look, it's about getting getting minutes into the legs here more than anything else. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see how this midfield pans out. It's a wee bit different, and I expect Tavernier to do quite well. He's playing at centre half here, and I think he'll do all right.
As he makes an arse of a pass back.
Honestly, I just feel that we're, as I say, I said apprehensive, you said lacked conviction. I think that's exactly where we're at the minute. But again, as I say, for me it's just getting the strength in the legs at the moment and working on these patterns of play and try to play with this high press. But it's been a strange 45 minutes so far, and it started exactly the same way. So
yep, Bruges have a corner. Just stick with this with me as well. Just a couple of minutes into the second half. You really don't want this to get any worse. A friendly's a friendly, but the overreaction will be vast to this. So you don't want this to be. You want to see a wee bit of encouragement in the second half. It's whipped in, it's played out by JFD. So it remains 2-0, and we'll see what the second half does. First goal of the Russell Martin regime, and it comes from Mohamed Diomande. Bruges are slack. Cortez gets in. Diomande on the right foot. Lovely finish, Kenny.
Cracking finish. Tucked it away from about 20 yards. Bottom corner. Good goal, actually. Really nice finish. So that's 2 nice goals we've seen today.
Yeah, Rangers have profited from Bruges being slack on the ball. They played it out to their left. Cortez get in. Really nice pass. It's right on the foot. It's almost like Cortez's against Hearts in the 5-0 win last year. To give you an idea of how he just curled it right in the bottom corner. Hopefully a sign of a wee bit of encouragement to come in the second half. So it's 2-1. Rangers are back in it and immediately knocking the ball around a lot better. There's a lovely ball by Bayrami. Danilo wide. We'll stick with this. Cortez. Go on, Oscar. What can you do? Finlay Curtis is in though. He cuts it back, there's nobody there. Better from Rangers, so it is 2-1. You can already hear the crowd a lot better.
Oh yeah, that's perked us right up because that was nice, another nice piece of football. But yeah, as I said, at the start of the second half, it'll be interesting to see how the middle to front works now, because with that new midfield, and Diomande's cracking goal there, but Tav started really well as well, just for a mention there, but yeah, we've had a wee corner as well, so we're back in this game, and we'll see how we go.
Yep, certainly is. 2-1 at Ibrox. 60 gone, Kenny, and that was good football from Rangers. It's certainly been, I'm not going to say Bruges are rattled as such, but Rangers have had a better 10 minutes.
Yeah, been much better in the last 10-15 minutes. What I would say is that Bayrami's made a difference since he come on. He's done very, very well. James Tavernier again has been excellent since he come on, and there's a real difference about, I'll use your word, there's a real conviction about the way they're playing at the minute. They seem to be much more at ease than they were in the first half.
Bayrami's in the right hand side, Danny's in the middle. He's overplayed it. That's not a penalty, it's a good tackle. The crowd are going to cheer for that, but it's not anything. Max Aarons is in though on him, and he wins it back. Danilo, what are you going to do now? Cuts a shot away, Danilo. Good save, it's out for the corner. Much better though, Rangers.
Yeah,
right in on top and going for it.
Playing much better. And as you say, harassing Brugges, and they do look a little bit riled, actually. Yeah.
I think they're 2-0 up, they've come out and strolled it a wee bit. I'm not sure if they made changes, I'm not entirely sure what they've done. But Rangers are going to make some changes now. Max Aarons is going off, Ross McCausland's coming on, and so is Fernandez. There's quite a few actually coming on. Yeah, so Ridvan, Gentles, Xander Hutton I think's coming on, Ross McCausland and Fernandez for the corner. Look at the side of that boy. Going off for...
You and I combined.
I know, taller than both of us combined. So Leon King, Jeff Day, Danilo, Max Aarons, basically everybody that more or less hasn't come off as well, I think. So
pretty much a new team, as you say.
Yeah, pretty much. It's going to be interesting to see how it all settles down. Rangers have got a corner though, we will stick with that. That was Danilo's turning shot. It was tipped wide. It was a good save because it kind of bounced in front of him. Rangers should go and get that. Ross McCausland should go and get that shot because he is. Why are we not allowing the corner to be taken? Somebody else is going off. Oh, right, so we're trying to play with 12. Cortez has went off there, Kenny. That was a wee bit of a fly one. Oscar Cortez was subbed. He was the other one that I couldn't think of. And he hadn't went off yet. And McCausland was telling me, we should have played with the corner there. That's the ref's fault, not us. But
I think Cortez has probably been the pick of the bunch over the hour or whatever it is.
Oh, yes! Oh, side net. Side net, and it was Bailey Rice right to the back post. James Tavernier knocks it down, but it is in the side netting.
But Tavernier very comfortable here, doesn't he?
So your new centre-back positions now, it's going to be Butland in goals, Xander Hutton at right back, Tavernier, Fernandez and Ridvan. Then it's Rice sitting with Bayrami and Diomande up. Gentles is up front along with McCausland. And there's another young lad, and Curtis. So that's your 11. It does look like Rangers have changed. It looks like 4-1-3. There's 2 up at this moment in time, so that's quite interesting.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out that shape actually because
it looks 4-1-3-2.
Yeah, 4-1-2.
4-1-3-2.
It is, yeah.
It's like Barry last year, 4-2, 4-1-3-1. But yeah, it does look like 4, and it is a 4-3-3 though. You can see the way they're shaping now.
Yeah.
But Rangers are pressing high. Finlay Curtis trying to close down. There's Fernandez up straight away with the big guy up front. It's going to be a foul. It's going to be interesting because he is a big physical boy.
I don't think that is a foul, but the good thing is that the rain stopped. But a decent enough crowd here today, I've got to say. It must be kicking 30,000, I would think. I don't know what it is exactly, but we've been well entertained. It's been a decent match for a bounce game, hasn't it?
Yeah, it certainly has been, but Rangers winning it back. That's unlucky. The press is better. We'll see how they do. It remains 2-1. Last couple of minutes here. We have seen a vast improvement in Rangers in the second half. Obviously, Bruges have dipped a wee bit just as Rangers win it. Bayrami, can he get through? Bayrami's away. Bayrami, he plays it to right to Finlay Curtis. Goal! Yay! Brilliant by Bayrami. He wins it. Rangers break away. Slides in Finlay Curtis. 2-2.
I think we deserved it, don't we? Just about over the piece. I think we've shaded the second half. I think there was a period in the first half for about half an hour where Bruges were clearly the better side. But it's been a cracking and entertaining match. 2 decent enough attacking sides having a wee go at each other, isn't it? And been a cracking experience, I've got to say.
You like the look of Bayrami coming on. He won that. That was all him. He powers through. bullies the ball out the way, which is unusual, shows his pace, gets through past the first man, but has then the awareness just to know that Curtis is there. Curtis doesn't need to do anything other than steer it in. Great equaliser on the strength of the second half. Really important as well as Fernandes. That one was up in the sky and made no difference to him. Don Robertson is such a wank, isn't he? Honest to God. But 2-2, that was a lovely moment. And just as we were kind of going to sum it up, Kenny, as a shot comes in, miles over the bar from Brugges. The pick of the bunch in the second half for me, I think Tavernier's done really well at centre half. Long ball he had to Curtis a minute ago, and Curtis fired it into the goalie's hands, which was a really good long pass. I think he's dealt with everything. Fernandes looks really comfortable. I like the look of him at the back. He's going to be raw. There's going to be times where we're a bit unsure with him. Butland with the ball at his feet scares me slightly. Big Fernandes again. Don't mess this up, Rangers. As Tav comes across and wins that. Bayrami's away again. Can he do good? Ball down to McCausland. Hey, can we win this? It's McCausland on the right hand side running. What can McCausland do? Come on, son. Gets a block in. Gentles! Oh, that was nearly blocked out to us, and Rangers it is, and it's full time. Well done, Rangers, in that second half. Kenny, sum it up for us. I think Tavernier and Bayrami in the second half. Finlay Curtis was really, really good. Finlay Curtis man the match, 29,480. All in all, that was a really good second half. Makes it worthwhile. 2-2.
Yeah, being 2-0 down, coming back is always nice, isn't it? Getting the result, and I think as I said, I felt we just about deserved that. And for me, it was a really entertaining game. Bruges look a decent side. They're a side we might end up playing if we were to get through to the playoffs and the Champions League qualifiers. So that'll be a tough game. They've got a big striker. It was a handful in the second half as well there.
Not for Fernandes.
No,
pushed him out of the way, didn't he?
He did all right with him, didn't he? He is a mountain of a man, that Fernandes lad. Mountain.
But yeah, listen, after being 2-0 down, coming back in the second half, drawn 2-2, we want to win all these games. As I give my wee boy a wee wave, he's over there. But yeah, really, really happy with that one.
Yeah, and I mentioned for Mo Diomande as well. I thought he impressed me. He could do well in this system, actually.
Yeah.
Really good.
Yeah, a lot of things we can dissect, and we will. But from the gantry, myself and Kenny, we're going to go down to hear what Russell Martin's got to say. 2-2 full time. We even caught it on the vlog there at the end, so thoroughly enjoyed it. Kenny, thanks for joining me.
No, thanks for having me on, Stevie. Thoroughly enjoyed it. Great experience, and I'm going back downstairs for a heat.
2-2 full time.
The Four Lads podcast is sponsored by Rhino Express, Clydeview Joinery, Athol Industrial Solutions Limited, and CSD Air Conditioning, in partnership with Black Rooster and Art of Gold. Thank you for listening to or watching the podcast. We hope you enjoyed the show.